And we were talking about COVID-19, so let's talk about work from home.
Yeah.
All right. So we kind of just threw a bunch of stuff together from work from homes. I saw an interesting comment on LinkedIn the other day when I was doing some organic engagement that caught my attention. So I want to bring that up. But so right now, a recent survey of 100 CEOs, or hundreds of CEOs, found that nearly 70% of them were planning to permanently cut back on their office spaces. Facebook, Twitter, Zappos, and Slack expect that half of their workforce from home is going to be in the future. That's not worded right. Half of their workforce is going to be at home in the future. There we go. That makes more sense. And then
didn't Twitter also say that any of their employees that want to work at home can work at home in perpetuity?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Pinterest just paid a huge lump sum to get out of their downtown building in San Francisco. They paid $90 million to get out of their lease. $90 million just to get out of a lease.
Wow.
That's
I wonder
insane.
what the lease terms were if they were happy to buy out at 90. You know?
Yeah, that's well, downtown San Francisco. You got a big company. I don't know how many people work for them, but I imagine it's probably a lot. So I mean, that's a lot of space that you need.
You know, if they can do that, then they are doing really well.
Yeah.
Like how are they that cash solvent?
Is Pinterest owned by Facebook?
No.
No, they're their own thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So and then employers say they're going to save an average of $11,000 per employee per year if they're allowed to work from home. So I know I saw a thing from Microsoft the other day. This is where the comment came from on LinkedIn. Microsoft is allowing their employees to work from home permanently if they want to. Now, there's a few like rules and standards that they have to follow. It's like certain employees can work from home. Certain employees do have to come into work depending on what their job is.
Yeah.
And those employees that can work from home, it's like a majority of their week can be spent at home, but like part of it has to be like you have to come into the office. So it's like if you work the 5-day work week, you would come in you would stay at home for 3 days and then come in for 2 days. And I don't know how they determine which days you come in, which days you don't. I guess it's dependent on your department manager.
Right.
But so I thought that was pretty interesting. But they're also going to allow the employees that can work from home, they're going to give them a fund to like renovate their home office so that way they can do everything like super efficiently instead of just doing everything off of a laptop, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the reason why I took this space is because I knew there was a dynamic and people that I might hire want a space that they can leave their home and come to and feel like they're being maximum productive. Mm-hmm. You know, so like I'm wondering how the statistics will show up when it comes to productivity and turnover from the people that actually start working at home. If they're not as productive as they once were, how are they kind of gonna hold them accountable to the level of production that they expect?
Yeah.
You know,
I actually remember seeing a stat that came out like right around the time that this all started, where people were working from home, and it was actually kind of surprising. Younger people were more productive at home than people that were in I think it was like 45 plus. Yeah. Because once you started getting around that age, I think it became like a technical learning disadvantage. So because people that are older, you know, might not know as much about technology, so they were struggling being productive because they couldn't figure out how to work from home efficiently.
Right.
But at the same time, like, were the younger people lying? And they were just kind of doing whatever they wanted at home and then kind of doing the work? I don't know. But
I mean, how productive are you actually going to be in a normal day at the office anyway? Let's just think about it. Okay? You get to work, you get settled in, that's probably the first 30 minutes. You're just kind of getting here, getting unpacked. Mm-hmm. That's 30 minutes. So then you're productive from, let's just say your workday starts at 9.
Okay.
So you're unpacking until 9:30 and kind of getting your coffee and whatever else it is you're getting. So from 9:30 until lunch break, you're productive. 2.5 hours, 3 hours maybe.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. So because probably the last half hour before lunch, you're thinking about what you're going to eat for lunch.
Could be, yeah.
Right?
Could be, yeah.
That's how I would be.
Yeah.
So then you got an hour worth of lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're kind of getting unpacked back from lunch. You're kind of getting started to be productive again. From the time you start after lunch until about the hour left mark of your day, you're probably pretty productive. But then the last hour of the day, you're like thinking about what you're going to do when you get home.
Right.
So so realistically, out of an 8-hour day, 5.5 of it might be productive.
True. But if you're at home, could you be more productive? Because then you cut out some of that stuff. You're not having to unpack. you kind of just sit down at your workstations, get to work.
Yeah.
You're not traveling.
Right.
You're eating lunch at home, so you kind of already know what you're going to eat because you already bought it.
Right.
So, I mean, you got all that, and then you don't have to think about going home because you're already at home. So, could you be more productive? Probably.
Yeah.
It depends on if you decide to be more
And
productive.
if you've got the environment in your home to be productive.
Yeah. See, like
You
for
know?
me, I can work from home pretty easily and be pretty productive.
Yeah.
Because I got my own room. I got a nice workstation set up. I mean, that's because I'm like a photographer, so I do have
Yeah.
a nice workstation set up.
Yeah.
So I can work from home pretty efficiently. But most people don't have that stuff. So
Yeah.
I could, like, if they're sitting at their kitchen table and their kids are running around yelling
Yeah.
at them, it becomes
Yeah.
unproductive.
You know, and I am built for home. Like, work from home is not a big deal to me. I got my alt workstation. I got a 3-monitor setup. You know, I've got 2 phones.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you know, perfect. You know, like, the only reason why I have this, again, I've stated this before, is so I can have employees and I have a presence in this community.
Right.
You know, so that's really the only thing, that when you eliminate your office space, you actually take your flag out of the community, and like the lack of a presence is going to be diminishing, in my opinion.
Yeah, you would have, like, the only way that I could see you removing an office space and still being as efficient is you would just have to double down on digital marketing and just pray to God that all of your clients are on social media and that they're seeing your ads.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only way that I could see that even being like efficient for anyone, not just you, just like
Right.
any business, like local business. If you're not like a huge Fortune 500 company, that's the only way that I could see that being possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like for me, most of my job could be done from home. But like at the same time, I do need to come in here. I need to collaborate with you guys on the content, and then we all have to be in the same room to shoot the content. So,
Yeah.
but like when it comes to putting stuff out on social media, optimizing videos, I could do that all from home.
Yeah.
So usually on Wednesdays, I like work from home and
Yeah.
get all that done.
Right.
So because I can do it from home.